factory teams, not official factory teams, but in fact independent teams with varying degrees of factory support. Here's where you'll get the sense of speed. We're riding with John Ashmead, and look at the pictures.
At Kawasaki of John Ashmead, currently being shown back in the 11th position in the field. He started on the second row.
Yeah, Ashmead did not get a great start. Here he is from our cameras watching him, and here we see what he sees. See the change in the track surface there? That's that pavement we talked about at the top of the show, and you'll see those transitions all around this racetrack. The asphalt itself is slippery, but that pavement, that concrete that they've laid down right there, you see it, it is just like glass. It is very, very slick out there.
So do you back out of it? Do you use less throttle?
Well, yeah, you do. You have to be more careful, and you have to be more gentle, more delicate in particularly the use of the throttle. You come back onto the throttle at the exit of the corner right there. You've got to do it very, very judiciously. There's not much traction out there. Typically, on a hot day like this, tire wear is a concern. In this case, not at all. As they flick through the chicane there, the tires are not wearing at all because there's simply not enough grip.
Watch his speed here now as he handles Biscayne Boulevard, fastest part of the course. You can see him getting up through the gears into fifth.
That up and down bob is when he shifted gears, and then the dive when he gets on the brakes hard.
Turn 10, turn 11 coming right by us now. John Ashmead, currently 11th overall in the field here in the Miami Grand Prix with these incredible pictures.
Hard right-hand heel there for Ashmead, former Daytona 200 winner. Got some catching up to do today. He's racing with Jacques Gannett for 10th spot.
Meanwhile, up in front, it's still 24-year-old Doug Chandler riding for the veteran tuner Rob Muzzy, drawing away from the field. And we'll be back with more of the Miami Grand Prix on CBS shortly.
Party people in the crib get hype. Come on.
司のウィークリーマンション札幌。1人2人家族でも食器もついて1週間2人でなんと3枚より123札幌なこなこなこな440011司のウィークリーマンション。
かっこ悪い恋もしたキャリアファッションブティックジョイサンシャインシティアルパ1階。
いやーまっすぐ気分が最高。歩きますか。
歩きましょ
う。この道一筋
アートネイチャー。
ロマンスなんか余ってる。カメリアダイヤモンド。
銀座ジュアヨクチュール巻日比谷シャンテ2階。
いやーまっすぐ気分が最高。歩きますか。
歩きましょ
う。この道一筋髪を一本一本考えて25年
アートネイチャー。
13 of 40 laps complete. Doug Chandler out in front. Japanese bikes in the front three positions. The Italian Ducati with Jamie James in fourth. Taking a look further back, Rick Kirk up to sixth, Quarterly in seventh. And a little action out here in the Bay as well as on the racetrack in Miami this afternoon. We got a report there's a rider down. Jamie James, defending national champion on the Ducati. He was in fourth, is out of it at turn 8. Jamie James down. That's a bad break for Ducati, Dave.
Good to see him on his feet, climbing over the bales, holding his chest. Looked like he took a pretty good shot, but apparently not badly injured.
Raging Cajun from Louisiana out of it, and here's the man out in front. Doug Chandler drawing away from the field. Let's get an interval here. Give you an idea of how these bikes are situated in the top position. There you see Chandler out in front, coming down Biscayne Boulevard. Here is your second place rider.
I guess on Biscayne Boulevard we call it a couple of city blocks back to Thomas Stevens, and then the number 22 of Scott Russell, currently third.
Round 10, right by turn 11, and by us, across to the start-finish line, as Chandler continues out in front and dominates this event. Question is, will he become the next Freddie Spencer? He has not finished out of the top 3 in the first 4 races of the season. Here you see him, Chandler, the 24-year-old.
This is Rick Kirk. Rick is running 5th today. This man has very, very little Superbike experience, and he is turning in a superb ride. He's the new member of the Yoshimura team. They've been racked with injuries, and Kirk had a spectacular ride in the heat race, is now very much in contention. Young man from Oklahoma who actually started his career as a motocrosser and then decided he'd give road racing a try. He's only been doing it a couple of years, and this is only his 2nd or 3rd ride on a Superbike. So he is turning in an excellent performance here today. Star of the future.
Showing a lot of style there as he really got the knee down.
Well, when you slide that rear wheel like that, Ken, it looks spectacular, it feels spectacular, but indeed it is becoming a new technique for steering the bike. Again, we refer back to Kenny Roberts, who began to develop it. We talk about the fact that the Americans do it so well. When you get on the throttle and actually skid the rear wheel around a little bit, it enables the bike to corner more sharply. You'll see Chandler do it perhaps less here than we've seen some of the other guys do it. Chandler's very smooth here. He's not sliding that thing big time off the corner. Just a little bit of a skid to make sure that you've got the maximum amount of throttle on, and also to help actually turn the front end back up the racetrack. Dirt track racers do it all the time. There was a time when it was inconceivable to slide a motorcycle road racer. If you slid on the pavement, you were going to crash, but now it's de rigueur. Everybody does it.
Thank Kenny Roberts for that.
Absolutely, yeah. He developed the technique, and everybody else has built on it, and following in his footsteps, of course, were the likes of Freddie Spencer, who's here today, back in the pack, but took that technique one step further.
Well, in the same way that Kenny Roberts led the professionals to new heights in popularity in the early 80s, motorcycling has gained new popularity with some famous people that may surprise you. John Hopperstad's in a pickle with his motorcycle. Mechanical problems putting him out.
Ken, I think that's the only thing at this point. He says, I don't know what happened. Thing just broke. I think that's the only thing that could stop Doug Chandler here today as we pick up the action again with the leader. He is so dominant over this field. If that motorcycle stays in one piece, I don't think anybody's going to see him.
And we'll be back with the Miami Grand Prix and these great motorcycles after this message and a word from your local station.